Anyone want to guess what time it is? Anyone? Anyone at all? Hi, hello, YouTube. Let me just give you guys a little story. The pen that I use at home for my tablet at home for drawing, snap, it broke. So I can't work on any of these assignments that I have due at home. So I need to stay at school and work basically until they kick me out. Like, they literally had to kick me out of the room today because I was working for so long. But I was literally working on one project in the same room since 3:30, and hope you guys made your predictions on what time it is. It's like 11. I worked on this project for a long time and it's still not done. So hopefully I can get some leniency with this teacher. I think she already doesn't like me. Hopefully I don't lose too much on this assignment because I literally can't work on it. But I'm gonna try to cut to another thing that I have to work on that's due later this week that I can actually do whenever I want because it's on paper. So I'm gonna try to cut to that. I will talk to you guys later.
This is the revolution.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm already in a video.
Yeah, I haven't recorded in so long.
So, because you're a bum-ass YouTuber.
Okay. So I was gonna try and cut to my assignment, but I didn't get a chance to do it last night because I had to wake up super early and get this guy. But
I was ready before you, pal.
well, yeah, because I'm getting you. Okay. This guy wants me to crash.
Oh, and YouTube videos now.
Cameraman.
Cameraman?
Yeah. Well, don't record me just driving, but usually it doesn't take this long to get to school. Like, last time we were like 20 minutes late, even though we left at like 7:30. We both have 8 a.m. classes, but we left at like 7:30, and then we still got to school like 20 minutes late.
Well, we're gonna be late right now anyways.
I know. I don't know how that's possible. Like, it doesn't make sense. I remember last year I had basically all 8 a.m.s, and I still left like 30 minutes early, like every day. And I was still able to get to class on time, so I don't understand. But basically the project that I tried to start last night is on hands.
You're still on hands? You were on hands last week.
Well, no, last year was just the skeleton, so I didn't even start it last week because it's due today.
Huh.
I wanted to start early, but I have so much stuff to do. And since my pen is broken, I have to go to school to do all of my work. I've gotten 3 new pens and none of them have worked. So I'm literally waiting on another one to come in so I can actually just stay at home and do my work and not have to go to campus for like 6 hours every day. Literally just slave away for like 6 hours a day every day on campus. I would be ahead right now if it wasn't for my pen breaking. Actually,
why do the pens not work?
I don't know what it is because they're all the same brand, but it's just like the model and I guess the drivers, because every type of pen has a different driver that sends the signals and stuff. For some reason, every pen that I get doesn't work with mine, so I don't know what it is. This thing keeps falling over, so I'm just gonna try and cut to the assignment again. I'll talk to you guys later.
Alright, quick voiceover for this part of the video. This assignment was very straightforward and simple. It was just 5 dynamic poses of the hand, and it kind of helps that I spent basically all of last year doing the stuff underneath the skin, so like the muscles and the skeleton, so I kind of know how to make it look a little bit more realistic. I mean, I still need a lot of help with this part. I was with my teacher after class for probably like 20-30 minutes, and he was kind of just helping me the layout and the proportions, because even though I learned a lot about the skeletal frame of the hands, when it comes to actually laying skin and muscle over it, stuff does line up a little bit differently. And I don't know if it comes across in this video, but my teacher actually ripped my page by accident on like the top right because he was trying to erase something and he fully just ripped my page. So I'm hoping that doesn't affect my mark in any way. But people do have a lot of difficulties and people struggle a lot with drawing hands. I think I'm probably one of those people because they are a very unique body part, especially with all the fingers and the ways that they move around. I mean, look how I'm holding this pencil. Like, that in itself is already a dynamic motion. So there's a lot of different poses you can have the hands in, and I ended up kind of just going with easier ones just because I'm not a pro and I already found these hard enough to draw. And I think further on in the year, we just do more stuff, more complicated stuff involving like skin. And I'm pretty sure the next assignment that we're doing is feet. I don't know if I want to really upload a video on just feet, me drawing feet, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. I think that this assignment was a little too simple just because I ended up putting it off for so long and I kind of had to do everything within one day. I started recording this after I had already finished my layout because I wanted to talk to my teacher in advance. Yeah, this was a little bit rushed, to be fair. I think if I actually planned it out properly, or if my pen hadn't cracked and I didn't have to spend the entire day at school, then this might have come out a little bit better. But overall, I think that I did all right. And hands are just so unique and they look really cool if you can get them right in a drawing. So they're definitely something that I want to practice doing a little bit more. And drawing them more traditionally or on paper is also kind of like very relaxing in a way, where you can kind of just learn more about the human body just in the simple things like drawing hands, drawing limbs, the skeleton. It does seem very complicated at first, but I think after some more, I guess studying isn't really the right word, but more practice and just being comfortable with drawing human anatomy, then sometimes it does really become kind of fun in what kind of poses you can make. So I think that that's something else that I do kind of want to learn. In the end, this is how the 5 poses came out, and I think I didn't do too bad.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
Another snake?
Oh, I'd say this is a good spot to do some questions. So if you don't already know how this part of the video goes, I usually just ask myself a few questions, so feel free to ask yourself these questions too. So my first question for this video is, when was the last time that your heart sank? And my response for this one isn't like too serious. I know that some people will probably have like a very deep response to it, like if maybe your partner's like, oh, we need to have a talk right now, like it has to be a very serious talk. But the last time that it sank for me was actually on the cruise. If you watched the last video that I uploaded, I actually didn't talk about it, but I was going to and I fully forgot. But basically had this chip that let the cruise know like where we are and what we're doing. And I kept it in my pocket, and when I tried to reach to check if it was there, I didn't feel it at first, and my heart literally sank into my ass. Like when I tell you that I got so scared that I lost it, but literally it was like 2 inches down, so it actually wasn't that big of a deal. But that was when I was in Italy, and if I actually did lose it over there, then there's literally no chance I would be able to get back on the ship or get it back at all. So thankfully it was still in my pocket. I think for a lot of people though, when they hear the idea of your heart sinking, then they get really scared and really nervous. But I think, at least for this question, for me, the last time that happened wasn't like a big deal really. My next question for this video is, what was the last thing that you broke? And I think probably from the title of this video, you guys will be able to tell, and it's going to be very obvious that the last thing that I broke was my pen. And holy shit, the amount of stuff that unfolded from it just randomly cracking open one day actually was unbelievable. This week was one of the most hours I think I've ever put into assignments, and probably the most focused I've ever had to be for school in like a while. And it sucks that it was right at the start of the year when we're still kind of learning new topics and new elements of animation, like rigging, and still trying to learn more about perspective and stuff like that. So having it break this early in the year was probably one of the worst things that could have happened, because like I was talking about earlier in this video, that 3:30 to 11 work session happened basically every day. So yeah, I've been slaving. But I think that it was a little, in a way, it was a good thing because it actually forced me to do my work and really just keep me focused on the assignments that I had to do, versus if I had the option to do it at home, I think I'd probably end up like doom scrolling a little bit too much, and then stuff would end up being submitted really late at night. And I kind of want a good sleep schedule this year, so maybe the pen breaking was actually a good thing. But I think that it's a little deeper than just the last thing that you broke physically. I think that maybe for some people, breaking stuff isn't always bad. Like maybe you broke a really bad habit that you had for years and you finally had the courage and the discipline to stop that. Maybe you broke off from a toxic situation
that was really just damaging your mental health. So breaking stuff isn't always the worst thing that can happen to you. I think that there's always a good and a bad that come out of something breaking. When it comes to my pen breaking, the bad definitely outweighed the good. I need you guys to understand what I had to go through once this pen broke this week with a teacher that already doesn't like me. And I really don't know what I did. Like, I'm convinced that she actually just never liked me from the first day. Maybe it was because I was late and I was looking for the class and then I didn't get there on time. I don't know what it is, but she never liked me. Hopefully that changes during the year because, again, she's a layout artist. I don't know why it's always the layout artists that have a problem with me and don't like me. But the last question I have for this video is, how often do you think positively about yourself? If I'm being honest, not that often. I do hear some positive stuff said to me, which does feel really great. But when I think about how much I say to myself and how much I just applaud my own work, I really don't do it that often. And I think that that's probably a problem that I have, is not acknowledging when you are successful and when you actually do make a lot of good progress in your own life. And I mean, I can only really think of one time that I did it, and that was recently with this week and the amount of work that I had to do. And once I finally submitted my last assignment, which was a storyboard, I'll put it on screen, I really kind of thought like, damn, like I actually worked my ass off this week. And I haven't really thought like that in a while. So thinking of yourself positively gives you a really great boost of confidence, and I should probably learn to do it more often. And I think that everyone watching this video should probably do it more often too, because I think that it's kind of rare now that people really kind of believe in their own stuff and think positively about their situation. So just to kick it off, I'll start for you guys. All right. So if you're watching this video, you watching the video right now, I think that you're doing a great job right now. And I hope that you stay positive and you don't ever think too poorly of yourself, and you do what you believe in. And I'm proud of you guys. So thank you so much for watching this video if you made it this far. And remember to stay hydrated.